So DoorDash and Uber are great jobs that you can take either as full-time gigs, or you can just do them part-time to just pay bills. And sometimes I know people who DoorDash and they do it just so that they can just pay one bill, like the electric bill or the cable bill. Sometimes if you want to pay the cable bill, it might take 2 or 3 days worth of dashing to get it done. But maybe you just need to pay the minimum on your credit card of 25 or 50 bucks. So I'm going to show you real quick just how DoorDashing can make you just a small amount of money very fast. Okay, so it's the start of our shift, and we're on our way to pick up this order right now. It's a Chick-fil-A order. It's not a very big one, but we're going to bang it out real quick, and then we'll be on to the next one.
Later.
Okay, we dropped off that Chick-fil-A order, and before we barely even got out of the parking lot, we got another one going right back to the same Chick-fil-A, but this is a much better one. It's one of those high-paying offers. So we're going to zip right back and get it picked up. We're not too far away. In order to qualify for these high pay offers like the one we just took, you have to have that special promo running in your market. It's a trial offer, but it's starting to run in a lot of markets because DoorDash is really worried about acceptance. And then you have to have an acceptance rate above 50%. And then the higher your acceptance goes, the more prioritized you get for high pay orders. So as a top dasher, my acceptance rate is usually between 70 and 80%. So I see a lot of these. All right, we got that one dropped off, and wasn't more than just a couple minutes after that, and we got this one. It's Dunkin' Donuts, so let's go pick that one up, and we'll deliver that one. We're moving just right along this morning. Okay, we got that one dropped off, and it was slow for a little while. We didn't get any orders for a few minutes, but now we got this one. It was from Hardee's, and it's a good one, $8.50, so we've got it on board already, and we're on our way to drop it off. See, that's what I'm talking about. You can make money really quick doing DoorDash, and just whenever you need it in a pinch. I've already made $23, and that's not counting the $8 on the delivery we're about to make when we drop this one off here in about the next 5 or 10 minutes. So it's a real simple way to get involved. If you're interested in DoorDashing, all you have to do is go to the App Store, download the app, apply online, and if there's openings in your area, it'll get started the same day. You don't need to wear a uniform like I do. I like to wear this because I think it notices me when I go into the restaurant and I get the orders faster. But you just wear your street clothes, no special equipment needed. I will tell you that this job is not right for you if you do not like to drive. If driving kind of annoys you, don't do a job that annoys you. It's pretty much common sense. But I'm that guy who would always volunteer to drive. I love to drive. If there was a road trip to be had, I'd be the person that would voluntarily go. And so this, to me, is just like getting paid for having fun. So I love this job. Something that people always ask me is about wear and tear on the car and gas. All your money that you're making is getting eaten up there. Well, that's not true if you have a car that gets good gas mileage. My car, for example, gets 51 miles to the gallon. So that's really good. And it's a hybrid. It's optimized for in-city driving, which is most of what I'm doing. And you can see in this 2 hours that we work, I only drove 31 miles total. So that's less than 1 gallon of gas. And I can buy a gallon of gas near my house for $2.97. So to make it easy, $3. So I spent $3 on gas. Now, when it comes to wear and tear, I set money aside for wear and tear on the car. I take 9 cents for every mile that I drove, and I just put it into the savings account. I also put 30 cents additional into a savings account for every mile that I drive, and that's so that I can replace this car after 100,000 miles, if it needs it. If not, then I've just saved enough money. If you look at our overall profit, we made $32, maybe a little bit more, in 2 hours worth of work, and we're going to spend about $3 on gas. So, not bad. One of the things you don't want to forget about is taxes. Uber Eats, DoorDash, all those companies are going to treat you like an independent contractor, meaning they're not going to withhold taxes. They're just going to pay you all of the money up front, and you have to deal with the IRS. So there's 2 important things when it comes to taxes. Number 1 is your self-employment tax. That can be also referred to as Medicare and Social Security, or FICA. If you have a regular job, your employer takes that out of your check, a certain percentage, like 7%, and the employer contributes their own money, 7%, into the fund to this government. But if you're an independent contractor, like a gig worker like I am, you pay both parts of that. So that means that out of every dollar that I make, 15 cents goes to the government. Now, that seems like a lot of money, but there's kind of a catch in doing gig work where you drive. For every mile that I drive, I get a deduction. And deduction used to be around 58 cents a mile, and then because of the gas price, it actually went up to 62 cents a mile, something like that, I think. So, in other words, for every mile that I drive, I can take 62 cents away from the profit money. And a good way to think of this mathematically is just to use the $100 rule. So if I made $100 and I'm taking orders that are paying me $1 a mile, then I drove 100 miles. And then after I take that deduction, my adjusted income or my profit is, the smaller number, 40 something. You take that deduction, the mileage deduction, away from the gross amount of money that you made. And then that is the amount of money that actually gets taxed at 15%. So it's your profit that you pay 15% on. So it's important to do those two things. Keep track of your mileage so that you can take that 62-cent deduction. But then also remember, you're going to have to pay your own self-employment tax. And it's 15% of the net after you take the mileage deduction. And in some cases, if you're doing this full time, you're going to be making those payments quarterly to the IRS. So just something important about gig work. Don't leave the tax man out on a lurch if you're doing gig work.